I'm Ben Mankiewicz. TCM is in flashback mode tonight, all part of our month-long festival of movies that use flashbacks as a narrative device. Our next film is a moving and memorable drama about a Southern family hiding some dark secrets. Columbia Pictures in 1991, produced and directed by Barbra Streisand, who also stars alongside Nick Nolte, The Prince of Tides. Based on Pat Conroy's 1986 novel, it's the story of the Wingos, a psychologically dysfunctional family living in the low country of South Carolina near Beaufort. The majority of their shared trauma stems from a horrific incident from their past, an incident never discussed. When one of the grown Wingo children, a poet living in New York, attempts suicide and reverts to a near catatonic state, her twin brother Tom, that's Nick Nolte, heads to her side. With the help of his sister's psychiatrist, Tom exorcises his own demons in an effort to help his sister. Barbra Streisand wore 3 hats for this project. She produced and directed the film, and she stars as the psychiatrist, Dr. Lowenstein. Prince of Tides had been a labor of love for Streisand ever since she read Pat Conroy's novel. She inquired about the film rights and learned that her friend and co-star from The Way We Were, Robert Redford, owned them. He'd been developing the project for his production company, and he planned to play Tom in the film. Redford, though, couldn't get a script he liked. When he learned how passionate Streisand was about the story, he gave his friend the rights. Streisand's first order of business was to reach out to Pat Conroy. He had written the first draft of the screenplay based on his novel, and Streisand wanted to work directly with him on another draft written by Becky Johnston. Streisand placed several calls to Conroy to discuss the project, but he never called her back. Turns out he didn't believe it was actually her calling because he couldn't possibly imagine he would ever get a call from Barbra Streisand. Eventually, she got him on the line, and he agreed to work on a revision. Initially, Conroy was a little apprehensive about working with Streisand, mainly due to rumors that she could be difficult, an unfair stigma that plagues women far more often than men in Hollywood. Anyway, Conroy found the rumor incompatible with the woman he met. Conroy said Streisand was a joy to collaborate with, teaching him a great deal about filmmaking along the way. The movie was set for release in the fall of 1991, but Columbia Pictures was so pleased with the finished product, the studio decided to hold it for a more prestigious Christmas release in hopes of generating awards consideration. It was a smart decision. Prince of Tides earned 7 Oscar nominations, including Best Actor for Nick Nolte, Best Supporting Actress for Kate Nelligan as his mother, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Score, and Best Picture. 7 nominations, but not one for Streisand for Best Director. The Directors Guild got it right and did nominate Streisand. From 1991, also with Melinda Dillon, George Carlin, and the director's son, Jason Gould, this is Barbra Streisand's The Prince of Tides. Writer Pat Conroy and Barbra Streisand enjoyed working together so much on The Prince of Tides that Streisand, as the producer and director, often consulted with Conroy on other decisions, among them the casting of Bernard Woodruff, Dr. Lowenstein's son, a young musician who dreams of playing football. Streisand was leaning toward casting Chris O'Donnell, but Conroy didn't think he looked the part. As the story goes, Conroy was flipping through headshots of other young actors being considered for the part and came upon one he thought was perfect, Jason Gould, Barbra Streisand's real-life son. His father is Elliot Gould, who was married to Streisand for most of the 1960s. As for Chris O'Donnell, don't feel too bad for him. He landed a role in Fried Green Tomatoes the same year, followed it up with a great performance opposite Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman the next year. Coming up, our night of flashback movies continues with one of the all-time great family dramas. Irene Dunne stars in George Stevens' I Remember Mama. It is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, I Remember Mama. Then The Man Who Would Be King. And later, Step Lively. TCM's got the moves tonight.